Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins. I'm the director of the Marriage Recovery Center, and I've been talking to you a lot about dealing with narcissists and those with narcissistic personality disorder or on the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder. So most of you are involved with someone who's really on the spectrum, meaning they've got mild, moderate, maybe even more severe symptoms of NPD. But they're not all the way at the end of NPD. They may be, but they may be on that spectrum. So I'm going to assume that I'm talking to many people who are dealing with that charming, manipulative individual who's got a number of character issues, but whom you still care about, and you've chosen to remain in relationship with this person. So if you've chosen to remain in relationship with this individual with NPD traits, then I've got some counsel for you. So again, if he's got full-fledged NPD and he's off the charts and he's not interested in change at all and you are just going crazy, yeah, boy, it might be time to separate from that person. But assuming that you still care about this person, there's many parts of his character that you care about, but there are many parts that you don't care about. If you've chosen to remain in relationship with this individual, then I've got some counsel for you. And it's very different counsel than what you're going to hear from many other therapists. And I just want you to think about it. And it is this. So many other therapists are going to say, run, get away, get out of this relationship. You're going to be eaten up alive. Well, again, if somebody's on the extreme end of that spectrum, that really is true. But if this is an individual who has mild to moderate NPD symptoms, then I am suggesting something very different for your consideration. And it is this. It is suggesting, no, more than suggesting, it is insisting on a combination of individual and couples counseling. Now, let me tell you why I'm saying that. If you send your man to individual counseling, remember a couple of things here. Number one, he doesn't see all of his character defects. He doesn't see very many of them at all, and may see none of them. So guess what he's going to do in that individual counseling? Well, you know it. You read my mind. He's going to complain about you. Yeah, that's right. So when he goes there, that therapist, unless they're really, really on top of their game, they're not going to know the question to ask. They're not going to think about calling you and finding out the backstory. So that therapist is going to be drawn in to a certain extent. They're not going to want to confront your man, because if they confront your man, he's going to run and leave counseling. Right. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you. So what needs to happen is a combination of individual and couples counseling. All right. Now, I know you're telling me he won't go to couples counseling. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Talk to me. I'll tell you about that, because these men, as I have said in other videos, they are rough and tough and hard to bluff, but they've got soft underbellies. They can't make it without you. So if the relationship is really threatened, they want you. They want the family. They want all of that stuff. So you have a lot of power. You do. And so you can say to him, you know what, Joe, I'm making up that name, by the way. Nobody I'm referring to there. Joe, you know what, I care about you. I love you. But I'm only going to stay in this relationship if you participate in both individual and couples counseling. Now, the couples counseling, that's where I see the junk come out. That's where I see all of the character defects. That's where I see him playing the victim, doing the switcheroo, blame shifting, minimization, rationalization, justification, excuse making. That's where I see it all. I don't see it all when I see him individually. Individually, he's just a nice guy. He's just a really reasonable, smooth individual. But when I see him interact with you in couples work, aha, the junk comes out. I see it very quickly. I see his inability to empathize with you. I see his blame shifting. I see him shift into playing the victim and having a sense that nobody understands him and that he's never going to be able to do enough, and so on and so on and so on. I see him jump out of his chair and leave the counseling situation because he's so upset and he can't manage his emotion. That's where I see the stuff. And then working with him individually, not because he wants to, but because he must to maintain this marriage, that's when I can really work on the character issues. All right, let me give you a quick summary now. Sending him for individual counseling alone is just not a good move. He is not going to get the character work done there. Couples counseling plus individual counseling is the way to go. No, he doesn't want individual counseling, but he wants you, he wants the kids, he wants the home, he wants the bank account, he wants life to remain the way it is. So because he wants all those things, and you have the power to jeopardize that stuff, you can say to him, we will participate in couples counseling with someone like Dr. Hawkins or with Dr. Hawkins. And that's the only way that I'm going to remain in a relationship with you. So, couples counseling plus individual counseling, we can deal with the character issues. The cognitive distortions are called, or thinking errors, that really play havoc in the relationship. So I hope you'll think about talking to me or someone who really knows what they're doing with these difficult men and women. I know there are narcissistic women too. Talk to someone who knows what they're doing and is willing to roll up their sleeves and really get involved and participate in intensive work. And then you're going to get some character change. The empathy is going to increase, the ability to validate, the ability to actively listen, to bracket their emotions while they attend to you. All those things are possible, but it's going to take intensive work. I'd like to answer your questions about this topic. I know that I'm throwing curveballs at you and giving you counsel that goes against other counsel that you've received. Let's talk. Dr. David Hawkins. My email is drdavid@marriagerecoverycenter.com. My phone number is 360-490-5446. My website is marriagerecoverycenter.com. Okay, I look forward to talking to you. Healing can happen. All right, take care.